Hey guys, what's up? It's Raven and
Natasha
and Daisha. And fun fact, if you go on a court TV show like Judge Judy or Paternity Court, first you have to file your claim in an actual small claims court, then pull the claim so you can have your case seen on a court TV where it's more like a settlement court. And then you get a payout and that's it.
But on another note, today I have two of my besties, my sisters from another mister, Daisha and Tasha. If you can't tell by looking at them, yes, they are twin sisters, because I know that's going to be the first thought for people who do not know. I've been knowing y'all for
Long
how many
periodically
years?
time since
Daisha
2012.
like a decade or more.
12?
I met you in 2012.
So
And then
11
I think I met
years.
you that time I came up there when that girl was trying to mess with you.
Oh.
Yeah.
What year was that?
I don't
What year
know.
was that?
I don't
Anyway,
know. It's a long
shortly
time
thereafter.
I
ago.
think it was 2012.
Shortly
Yeah.
thereafter, I
Yeah.
was introduced to Tasha because Daisha, we went to college together. Tasha wasn't there, so I met her after. But yeah, we've been friends for a decade plus.
Yeah.
And for context, this is the day after my Christmas party. We just had the big Christmas party last night. It was a hit. Y'all will have probably by this point that you're watching this or hearing this already seen like all the content about it. Go watch it if it's out and you haven't seen it. All the Instagram posts and TikToks and stuff. It was a time. This is still my makeup from the party. I feel a little unwell right now, not gonna lie. Definitely feeling the effects of,
The consumption.
We're also doing a live
libations.
currently.
Yes, and I'm live. You can't see my phone off camera, but I'm live streaming on Instagram. And the viewers on Instagram are going to facilitate this podcast episode because we just decided to sit down and do this. They got to catch their flight back home in like 30 minutes. I wanted to just get it while I can. Y'all know I've been slacking with not doing episodes. So I wanted to snag them while they're both here and hurry up and do an episode. But this is completely unplanned. We don't have a topic. We don't have anything. So I was like, let's just go live and see what the people want us to talk about.
I'm looking at y'all's comments.
What should we talk about, y'all?
How to maintain a long-lasting friendship from a distance or in general. I think we're all low maintenance. So that
I
kinda
think
helps.
mutual understanding, like knowing who your friends are and working with that.
What do you think, Raven?
I agree that our friendship is low maintenance. Of course, early on in Daisha and I's friendship, like we lived together, we saw each other all the time. It was a
Yeah.
completely different vibe. But after college, we've always like lived far apart in one way or another, like living in different cities and stuff like that. So we're used to being long distance. And
I think also it was making time to see each other throughout the year. Because if y'all remember, when I first moved to San Diego, y'all came to visit me. And then now that I'm still in San Diego, I'll come here for the parties and stuff. So
Yeah.
I think actually like making the effort to whenever somebody's in town, or even if we're not, just don't happen to be in town, just making the effort to see each other throughout the year.
yeah, and we're just really understanding that like we're not going to see each other all the time. You know? And that's okay. When we do see each other, make the most of it. And just, but I think it's a personality thing as well.
Yeah.
Like some people have a different personality where they're just like more like needy with their friendships and feel some type of way if you're not always talking and checking in and seeing each other. And I just feel like we just don't feel that way.
No. It's
You
just
know?
like, we know we're friends.
Yeah.
And that's it.
What else you need?
There's no like, it's not going to
But
change.
to answer the question, to actually give a piece of advice, like you do have to be intentional with, like I try to be intentional with hosting things and inviting and saying, let's do this. Y'all come over here. Y'all come, stay at my house, spend the night. I know y'all got to fly in, like, being like set those intentional, like special occasion times to have them over and see them. Because as adults, like you do have to like it is a special occasion usually to see your long distance friends. You can't just pop up whenever any random weekend and just have it be like a random thing. So like I just try to make those special occasions happen.
Yep, and we show up.
And and y'all show up every time.
Period. Okay. Somebody asked any advice on how to make friends as an adult.
I am friends with people through referrals. So
Through referrals.
Yeah.
most of the people who I'm friends with were already a friend of another friend. But other than that, I would say I tried Bumble BFF for a while. That was a little bit overwhelming because I'd never
Did
done
you actually
any.
hang out with anybody off of there?
No.
Yeah, that's kind of
And
weird to me.
all the
Yeah.
messages, the influx of messages, and I'm not like a texter.
Yeah.
So like it was a
it
little
takes a lot of
overwhelming.
time and effort.
Yeah, but if that's your thing, you could try that. Going out places.
I'm not particularly good with making friends, so I don't really have much advice.
So I was like, I just don't. I talked about this on my Instagram story recently. I've made the most friends through hosting. And like you said, kind of through referrals, basically. It's like I host, I invite my existing friends over and I allow and encourage them to bring more people. So whether that's, plus one of any kind, your family member, your friend that I haven't met yet, your partner, whoever it may be. And then even from there, like I've had it to be where I have a friend who invited their partner, and then the next time their partner invited a friend, and then the next time the friend of that person brought a different friend, and it just keeps like layering on, and that's how I've met new people mostly.
I met
recently.
you through my friends who I was already friends with. Because
Yeah.
Olivia and Whitney, we all went to the same high school,
yeah.
and they were roommates, and I invited them
They
over
were roommates.
because I hosted something at my apartment
Yeah.
in college because I was new and I didn't know anyone, and I already had known them, and then they brought you, and then, so sometimes you got to put a little effort.
Yeah. Hosting stuff and allowing people to bring extra people. That's my best way currently. I don't, like you said, apps
I
and
can't
anything
do
else
it.
like that. I don't.
It's too much.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can't help you there. Somebody asked about the Temu Wi-Fi guy.
Oh, Joe. They're talking about Joe.
I thought he
Joe
was going to
was
be in the
here.
next podcast.
Joe was here last
Temu
night. I don't
Wi-Fi.
know where
I'm not
he.
sure.
So I was on Instagram live, and Joe.
Oh, yeah, I heard you were on live with Joe, but I didn't
Yes,
see
so
it.
what happened was I was just on live doing my makeup on live like I do sometimes. Joe had requested to join, with the split
They
screen
said he
thing.
had Temu Wi-Fi. Wait, I just got that.
His Wi-Fi kept disconnecting and stuff.
Oh, Joe.
Yeah, I did say that I was going to try to get Joe on the podcast, but it just didn't. Everybody's...
All over
man.
the place.
He was here last night, but yeah.
What are some Christmas gifts you have all given one another?
What are some Christmas gifts we have all given one another?
Raven doesn't like gifts, so my presence is the gift.
Your presence is the present. I always
I
explicitly tell people, please don't give me gifts.
Yeah. And usually Raven might pay a bill or something. She'll be like,
Yeah.
how much is your cell phone? You'll get a cash
I
out
feel
for
like
$132.97.
Gifts can just easily be so frivolous and unnecessary, and like I don't want that, I don't
Not
need that,
practical.
and so like I try to avoid just giving gifts just to give it type of thing.
Yeah.
So like you said, if I am gonna give something, it's like what you probably want and need right now is a
Practical-
bill paid or
yeah,
something like
that's a
that.
practical thing.
Daisha recently,
Or thoughtful. She also does like thoughtful. Like she doesn't just give stuff just to give it.
Right.
Like I think one year you did like a journal and like a little
Yeah, I did
mug
like a
with
little
my-
kind of like self-care thing.
Yeah.
there was that one time we gave Raven that stuffed pig.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
I
the
still have
whole
that.
the weighted blanket.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't a Christmas.
Well, that
gift.
was a different
just-
thing.
Yeah.
But
Daisha recently made Advent boxes for all her friends, so it's like a 12 days of Christmas thing that was really thoughtful. So that's a gift she's done.
I didn't give it to Raven because I know she wouldn't want it
Because I refuse.
because she already has things.
Oh yes, they said they like my makeup. I did try to do the cold girl makeup, and like I said, this makeup is from last night, so don't look too close. How is it being twins and living or not living by society's expectations of like what twins are, like being the same? I guess they're saying like I think they're phrasing it like y'all are not the same.
Oh, I see.
And
I've
so how
never
is that?
Taken that into account at all, actually.
I think we have generally always been different, so there hasn't really been an expectation. Well, and when we were younger, obviously our parents dressed us the same. We had the same outfit in a different color, things of that nature. We didn't really have any control over. But coming into high school and college, we were always kind of different. I think the only thing was feeling overshadowed by one or the other.
Yeah.
I was usually more, in our younger years, usually more outgoing and talkative. We went to the same college first year, lived in the same dorm, had the same friends, and I was known as the outgoing twin, and Daisha was known as the quiet twin. But I feel like when we went our separate ways is when we actually blossomed more as individual people. Mm-hmm. So that doesn't really answer the question, but
I think it does.
Tangent a little bit, but
yeah.
it's okay.
Somebody said, I thought they were the same person for a long time.
How? That's
guess.
so interesting when people think that. But yeah, so how has it been? Pretty normal because it's our everyday life, I guess, and we don't really know anything different.
Is it hard maintaining our friendship because I'm a mom?
No.
No.
Interesting question, but no. I guess maybe. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, I guess what does that?
What does being a mom change?
Well, I guess because generally when people have children, they have less time to like spend with their friends and stuff like that. But she's also far away, so
Yeah,
we
we
already have less time.
Being a mom is like not the key problem here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're already long distance friends, so that doesn't make much of a difference on top of that. I feel like they said most friends who become a mom, they hang out less, is what they were saying. But yeah, we already hang out less.
They both kind of like happened at the same time.
Yeah.
Because you were in Dallas, and then we were actually about to get an apartment together, but then
I remember
that happened. And then you moved back home. So then we were long distance basically since early on.
Yeah, it's just
so then it was just like...
Right.
It's
And
like
even before
parallel.
that, I was long distance because I had moved to San Diego in 2014.
So nothing really...
Like we said, we kind of have always had a long distance friendship where, you know, that's sort of like an obstacle. I mean, I never really saw it as like an obstacle or a struggle or however, but just that's just how it is. So being a mom didn't really, like I said, change that. It was kind of already like that. Would I consider renting out a space to host a party or a gathering for my subscribers? That's scary. That just sounds like such an undertaking. Just me, like, of course, y'all can see that I love hosting. So the idea of like planning something like that sounds cool. But the total unknown guest list part, I just feel like logistically and like even just safety wise and stuff, like I'm not even sure how I would go about that. I mean, I guess I've kind of seen influencers do it before. I would have to pick somebody's brain who's done it before.
You did it in a way with your, like, the one you did where Sadie was a part of it, but you, like, handpicked.
Yeah.
It would have to be...
Am I misunderstanding the question? I thought they meant, like, hosting a space and subscribers can rent the space. Or they're saying having a space where subscribers come to see you, like a meeting?
That's how I got
They
it.
said renting out a space to host a party or gathering for your subscribers.
For them to come.
So renting a space specifically for subscribers to come to. Oh, yeah.
It's just because you just don't know. Like,
you don't know who's out there in the world.
Who's going to be there and what's going to happen and how's the vibes going to be. Like, a big old party full of nothing but strangers.
Yeah.
Just something about that is and I've slightly done it before. Like, I've done meet and greets in the past. I've done events where subscribers come, but it's like, it's a controlled environment. It's a sign up list. It's vetting people before they come. It's like a lot that goes into it. And even in the past when I haven't fully like done my due diligence with that, like I've had like slightly bad experiences with, I should have vetted these people better first. And like, it just gets really tricky. And you know, people are crazy. So you just never know. But it's a nice idea. It would just take a lot of planning and stuff.
And security.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said it would have to be a ticketed event and more selective. Somebody said I wouldn't do it. People are crazy. I always think about what happened to Selena.
Oh, yes. Goodness.
Wasn't that her aunt though?
Yeah.
That wasn't a subscriber. That was a family member.
People said, or somebody said, how's dating? Do y'all use apps?
I've actually never downloaded a dating app ever in my life.
I'm in a relationship.
I'm also in a committed relationship. So, but even when I've been single, I've never downloaded any app.
I've downloaded all the apps due to peer pressure and had terrible experiences.
Yeah.
I don't have any good things
Have you
to
ever
say about
downloaded a
any
dating
app.
app?
No, like I said, I tried that Bumble BFF and it was overwhelming.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
But dating is great. Just
Dating is great.
No apps.
Yeah, no apps. Don't recommend. I would say all three of us don't recommend the apps. Oh, going back to the subscriber party. Yeah, people are definitely crazy. You could end up in a room full of people who actually leave the hate comments.
They plotting on you.
Some Lipstick Alley people signing up for.
No, there are
know what
not
that
two Daishas. There is one Daisha
Now,
and one
does
Tasha.
that even make sense?
That is disrespectful.
Put some respect on my name.
Yes, they are twins. New people are joining the live stream. Like, what's going on? Who is that? Twin sisters.
We are
Daisha
twins.
and
Also, you
Tasha.
can ask questions if you didn't hear that before. We're just
Yes.
answering questions for the podcast.
What are some of our goals for 2024?
Make more money, but that's just a revolving goal for me.
I want to try to get back in the gym and also actually learn Arabic fluently.
I need to get back in the gym. I've also been taking guitar lessons, so getting better at that.
I've actually, because funny you mentioned that, I have a random aspiration of learning to play the drums.
I used to play the drums.
Really?
Yeah.
I've always had that aspiration in the back of my mind for like
I
years.
can't imagine, right?
I know, that's why I said it's random, right? You would never think that I would like say that or want that, but I've
What
always
does
thought
that
about
stem
that.
from? Like, what
I don't
inspires
know.
that?
I think because like I took piano lessons in my youth. I took piano and hated it. Didn't have a passion for playing piano, but I do have some sort of side passion for just music in general. Like I've always had interests with music in just different random ways, but like can't sing, don't like piano, and guitar doesn't really call to me, but
The
drums for some reason do. Like it's just the idea of having a full drum set and really being able to play.
Oh my
And
goodness.
I think also because, and I could be completely wrong about this, but it feels attainable. Like I feel like I could do it. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, a
It
lot
feels
of it
less intimidating than
Yeah.
other instruments.
Yeah, you don't truly have to like learn music theory. If you didn't want to, you could to like enhance your experiences. But if you have hand-eye coordination,
Yeah, you could. Well,
I think you should learn
right,
how to
Sheila
play the
E.
drums. Let's get her a drum set.
shoot you drumsticks. That'll be my next gift.
So yeah, that's maybe one of my goals for 2024. A random goal: learn to play the drums. Or also, I think learning how to DJ would be really cool too.
Whoa.
Yeah,
What would be your DJ name?
Ray Baby Ray.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Raven has a wide
Array.
music taste, so
Yeah.
I think you could do that.
What have each of us learned in our late 20s? We're not in our late 20s for the record.
We're all 30. But
But
I
what
guess
did we learn in our
retrospectively-
late 20s? Career, personally, and in relationships. That's a loaded question.
Yeah, that's a
It
lot
is
to think
loaded.
about. I have to feel like I have to write my answer down, and
Oh, somebody said they could see me being a DJ.
yeah, I
Okay.
can see it.
Thanks for the
That I
support.
can see.
They said I could be a DJ at my own party next time.
She might not enjoy it so
Logistically,
much.
maybe not, but yeah.
Maybe career I'll tackle. I don't know if I can do all three. Sometimes, this is all I'm gonna say about the subject. You gotta learn the art of finesse. And that's that.
Wait, for what subject?
Career.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Can't go into too much
Okay,
detail.
let's not say anything incriminating on this
Exactly.
live studio audience recording. What did I learn in my late 20s? Not a damn thing. I'm just kidding.
Personal
That's a hard question.
relationship.
Yeah, I'm just thinking over my whole late 20s.
I mean, I know I learned a lot, but now I can't think of it off the top of my head. Okay, here's an easier question maybe. What kind of job would we each want to have if we could choose anything besides our current professions?
What kind of job would I want to have? No job.
Yeah.
I simply do not dream
I
of
don't
labor.
work. I don't want to work for anything.
Okay, but pick something for the sake of the question.
I would want to own some kind of a business, like a product of some sort. That just seems fun. Like, the day-to-day operations. I mean,
I actually
pack
really
up these
enjoy
orders.
hosting stuff. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But like hosting stuff, I host poetry slams. I help sometimes with Raven's parties. So I think that if I had to choose a job, just hosting and kind of being like a mood generator for
vibe setter.
crowd, for crowds and groups, something like that.
I also like the idea of owning a business, like a brick and mortar business with physical product of some sort. Like just, coming in, opening up your store.
like opening the shop.
Using your products on the
Checking
shelf.
my-
Like setting up my gift shop for the party. It made me like think about that. Like, it'd be so nice to have a little boutique where you're curating the items from others,
Yeah, packing up my little orders, putting
I feel like
stickers
that's
on
actually
things.
pretty attainable for you anyway.
Yeah. What, not for me?
I just think it's something
As far as
for you anyway.
For you, anyway.
I mean, as an immediate goal.
Yes.
I think I am very too much romanticizing it though.
Yeah,
And
it definitely
actually
is
be fun.
not.
Because
Yeah.
handling inventory
Yeah,
and audits and dealing
not.
with,
all
Not
that
to say I won't
glitters.
ever do it, but I don't think it's going to be as fun as I think it is. But I could be wrong. I don't know.
But they said if money was what
They
was
said
it?
if you could pick anything, you want.
Well,
If us three were stuck on an island together, what 3 things would we bring? So like each person can only bring one thing, I guess, to the island. I would bring one of those life straw water filter things.
That's a good one.
I would bring a solar powered generator thing.
And what we gonna
What
plug
will we
into
plug
it?
into it?
Well,
On an island.
yeah. Well, because I was
Only
thinking
if Tasha is gonna
I was
bring
thinking
up something
maybe
that
you
plugs.
could bring a selfie. I was hoping maybe that would prompt some ideas.
And then what? It's an island. Who are we calling? What service do we have?
Entertainment.
Who's paying the bill?
And then Tasha's gonna bring a fully stocked and furnished RV.
Oh yeah,
That's a good
And
idea.
then we can plug it into your generator.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And drive it to nowhere.
I was gonna say a flint for making fire, but
A what?
a flint, like you
Then
tap them
you-
together and it makes a spark, and then you could create fire.
Never
It'll
heard
keep
of it.
us warm. We can cook with it. We can boil water.
So we got water, fire, and a generator to plug nothing into. Daisha, you kicked off the island.
Okay, wait.
You can't come. You're a liability.
Wait.
Oh man.
A tent.
Okay, that's a good one.
No, they're trying to correct. Yes, solar powered means it doesn't have to be plugged in. But what are you going to
plugging
plug into it? What are you going to
If
do
we
with
can
a
only bring
generator?
one item, and
Generating. What is it generating?
Yeah.
that's energy for the eternal abyss.
If we could each improve a negative quality about ourselves, what would it be?
My attitude.
I've been told I can be a little rude sometimes.
Who told you that?
Everybody says that about me, but I feel
Now,
like part
don't
of it.
act like you don't think that's not a valid comment.
Hey, don't put words in my mouth.
I feel like part of it is extreme honesty and lack of
You're blunt.
sugarcoating.
Y'all are both blunt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're pretty blunt too,
Yeah.
and I think it can
Like
come
yesterday, Mickey was on the phone. She was like, I think I'm going to wear this with this. You think that would look good? I said, no. Raven was in the back like, oh.
exactly. And then sometimes when people get on my nerves, I'm not afraid to let them know. So I could probably work on that.
But I don't think that's bad. To be blunt and honest. You want to change that about yourself?
No. I don't want to be less honest, but
More palatable.
I honestly don't even want to be more palatable, but I feel like in order to operate in this society where we have people who can't deal with it, that's why I don't
Yeah.
have friends.
You do have friends.
Well, yes.
What am I, chopped liver?
No, Raven, you're not chopped liver, but that's why it's hard for me to make friends, I'll say. Well, maybe that's one of the reasons. I don't know. I can't speculate because I'm not in people's heads, but I don't know. I don't really know the solution.
Somebody said you can be blunt without putting others down. Do you think you put others down?
No.
I don't think I put others down, but I think internally people would take things as being put down because they don't know how to deal with honesty.
Sounds like you want to change other people's personalities, not your own.
Yeah. I wish I could change how society views honesty.
No, that wasn't the question.
Let me think about it. Let me think about it.
What did you say, Daisha?
My attitude.
Oh.
What do you want to change about your attitude?
Sometimes when society, as you might say, they just don't get it. And I don't have the time to explain it.
I would change my over perfectionism, being too hard on myself and others type of thing. Mm-hmm. Like allow myself to be more easygoing. It's fine. It's fine how it is. It doesn't matter.
But also, what's wrong with that? Is there some negative outcome? Is it causing you strife? Or you just...
Yeah, sometimes I think it causes me to, stress and, when I'm being hard on myself, I'm stressing myself out. And then if I'm being too hard on others, maybe they take, like you said, can kind of take it negatively.
So really, the point of this, is
everybody
else is the problem.
Yeah. Oh, what are y'all's sign?
Taurus.
Taurus sun, Taurus rising.
Gemini moon.
No, Taurus sun, Taurus moon, Gemini rising. Yeah.
That's what I meant.
I wonder if I already know the answer to this question, but it would be cool if all twins had Gemini in their chart.
Oh, yeah.
If that was like a thing.
The two-faced aspect.
Because Gemini is like the twin sign.
Yeah. But yeah, we're Taurus sun, Taurus moon, Gemini rising.
Views on college?
Go if it makes sense.
If you want to, but I dropped out, so.
Still making money.
College these days is very optional.
It
depends on so many things.
I would never put anybody down for wanting to do college. If you feel like that's what you need to do to get to where you want to be, absolutely. But on the other hand,
there are
don't let anybody pressure you or make you feel like that's the only way to make it.
Yeah.
If you want to do something, you can absolutely do it without college. Just tap into the resources, get experience, talk to professionals in that field, and sometimes you just figure it out. But it's not for everybody. College, for me personally, I wasn't really invested because I wasn't interested in the classes that I wasn't interested in, if that makes sense. And so I didn't really do well, and it was kind of boring for me.
Yeah.
For me,
they both graduated.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I went to college for fashion design, which was kind of a stupid degree to get. As far as you don't need that to excel in the fashion industry, and I'm also not even working in the fashion industry. So on a technical standpoint, as far as the money I invested into getting this degree and the specific things I learned from my degree, and now I'm not using it. You could say it's kind of a waste in that sense. But my overall social interpersonal experience that I had at college, I think was very valuable for me.
Met.
Yeah, I met so many people, learned so many things in that area of life that I needed, and I'm glad that I went and I did it for those reasons, but not for the things I learned in the classroom. I mean, it didn't hurt. The things I learned in the classroom I still use just, in my current career field, making things and whatever. It was good to know, I guess, but not life-changing information that I learned as far as my career.
Yeah.
So, just I recommend it for those reasons more than I recommend it for the social reasons more than the educational reasons, I guess.
That makes sense.
Sometimes, but it depends on your situation, because don't just go to college to meet people and spend all this money. It's
also not a guarantee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody said it's funny. It's crazy. Daisha and Raven's mannerisms are more similar than Daisha and Tasha's.
Probably because we're two different humans. See, that's what I mean. I gotta be nicer.
We have always gotten that I seem like I'm
More Daisha's sister.
Not more.
but just also.
Yeah,
Yes.
also.
I'm the honorary triplet.
Yeah. And fun fact, the date.
Yeah.
She was born on the exact same day in the exact same year that our birth mother died.
Yeah.
So that's kind of weird. And we kind of look alike. Sometimes
We used
people
to.
get...
And our birth mom was light skinned.
Y'all think I'm the reincarnation?
I want to find out the date. Because that would be, the time. Because that would be
What
crazy.
time I was born?
Yeah, and like what time her...
If it was like the same.
Like if it was
I
around
was
the same
born-
time, that would be crazy.
I think I was born like close to midnight, like at night. I think. I don't know.
Gotta look at the
Got some
records.
investigating to do.
What if it's the same?
If it was the
exact
same
time?
exact time,
That would be
Raven,
weird. I don't know how. Like,
Right. I don't even
That
want
was
to
there's
find
no
out.
way to explain. Have you been seeing those invisible string theory things
Yeah.
on TikTok? Yeah, that like reminds me of stuff like that.
we were always destined to be together to find each other. But yeah, I feel like in college, I looked more like y'all, and so people used to always like ask like
Yeah.
if I was your sister or your other sister or whatever. The person said, "No, I understand that twins are not always exactly the same, but siblings usually have similar mannerisms from growing up together versus just friends." Fair, but.
Okay.
And she said, also, Tasha, I didn't think your response was too blunt.
Thank you.
There we go.
Society is changing.
That's cool. I don't like, I feel offended on y'all's behalf when people refer to y'all as like a unit.
Yeah.
It's
It used to bother
we're
me.
used-
Like at one point, just being called twin. But then
I
it's
kind of like it now.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't mind it now.
like I get what people mean. Like somebody just said, "Oh, that's so cool. You got two friends in one." But like,
Now that part, yeah, that's part.
I know what
that's not
you
the-
mean,
that's-
and I know you don't mean that, but
Yeah.
like that just makes
Yeah.
it seem like y'all are not two people. Like you
Yeah.
are just two
Like,
separate
I have
people.
no option. I
Yeah.
can't. If Daisha's her friend, I have to be her friend.
And then, like, I always get the comment when people find out I'm a twin, like, "Oh, I wish I had a twin. I'd love to have a clone that I could have
It's
do
not
all
a
my
clone.
homework and my chores for me." It's like, what do you think this is?
It's like they
actual person.
they think that you're just like not a sentient being of your
Yeah,
own. Like you're
right,
just like
right.
literally a
I
clone
just do all Daisha's
robot.
bidding.
What would you do if you felt like you were being left out of a friendship circle?
Continue to leave myself out.
What is this?
What that got to do with me? If y'all want to leave me out, I'm gonna be out.
Yeah, honestly.
Is it intentional? Is this an intentional thing? If not, I would probably communicate with my friends and tell them that that's how I was feeling, because you really never know until you bring it up. And if
Yeah.
you act on something that you have no confirmation on, then it can look,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
You're making
y'all
an
left me
assumption.
out. And then,
Right.
then
And
they're
then
like,
they're like,
oh, I
wait,
didn't
we
even know
didn't
you
even
felt
know.
that way.
Right,
So
exactly.
bring it up to them and see what the consensus is.
Yeah.
And then keep leaving yourself out.
Yeah, because I feel like you know your friends unless you don't. So if
Yeah.
you genuinely feel like they're leaving you out, you feel that way for a reason. And so just continue to leave yourself out.
I mean, honestly, there's been situations, even in our friendship, where we felt somebody was left out of something, but we usually just address
Yeah,
it.
well, actually, we'll.
On our birthday, for instance.
Yeah.
So we'll just be like, hey, this happened, and we didn't get an invite. Like, what's up? And then it'll be like a
this.
misunderstanding. This person
always
brought it up.
ask, and like you said, I think confirming the true nature of the situation and the true intentions is step one. Ask, talk about it. Make it known that you wanted to be included, because that can also be the whole thing. It's like, I thought you didn't want. You made it seem like you didn't, and last time you didn't come, so I just didn't even think.
Exactly.
So make it clear that you want to be included. Ask, talk about it, and then going forward, if they still don't invite you next time,
they don't want to be your friend.
then that's like, okay, well, then you can like do what Daisha said and just let me just excuse myself from the situation, because you shouldn't be begging to be anybody's friend or begging to be included. After bringing it up a good solid time, you shouldn't have to keep asking over and over again. So that's what I would do. And that's our last question for the pod.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for all your questions. Thanks for joining us on the live stream. And maybe next time we'll do a more...
Not you trying to copy our mannerisms now.
Like, I am. She don't want to be left out. She don't want to be left out. Anyways, we'll catch you on the next episode. Hopefully I can have them back and do another more... organized episode. But that's all for this one.
Bye.